case you're going through low self-esteem without even knowing it, you're going to start being enlightened, and you're going to catch yourself in those moments when you are experiencing those low self-esteem, and hopefully you're going to be able to motivate yourself, and rather than saying negative things about yourself, that negative self-talk that you had mentioned earlier, you're going to start saying the positive things about yourself. You're going to start appreciating yourself, as we're going to see in the next topic, where we're going to discuss how to build your self-esteem after you've been struggling with low self-esteem for a very long time.
To add on to what Irene was talking about, I can kind of give my experience. Like, I was in this toxic relationship, and my ex always tried to like say words that affected me, but at that time I didn't know they were affecting my self-esteem. And so with time, I ended up realizing that I wasn't the same person I was when I began this relationship. My self-esteem was so low. I didn't even value myself as I did before. And it really made me feel like I'm not worthy of even being loved by anyone. So I just kept staying because I felt like this is the only person who's willing to accept me with my negativity. Because I felt like he kind of made me feel like I was this bad person. And so with time, I ended up realizing that I didn't even value myself anymore. So you never realize when it's happening, but it just kind of builds up with time. And then you end up realizing you're very, like you really don't love yourself. You have low self-esteem. And sometimes if you don't catch it early, it can affect you and it can make you do things that are not good. Maybe you can even choose to commit suicide or even think about it. It can cause mental problems. So it's good to be able to value yourself, and when someone is trying to criticize you or to put you down, just remember of the good things you've done in life and try to use those to be able to like pull yourself up and leave a relationship if you feel like it's being toxic. And another thing I was going to add to was body image. Sometimes we feel like a certain body is what's accepted in the world, and so maybe if you end up maybe adding weight, you feel like you've become too fat, and so people will not embrace you as they did when you were slim or something like that, which was something that I also struggled with. Like when I moved out of Kenya, I ended up eating so many junk food, and I ended up adding so much weight. and I remember I would call Irene and I would tell her I can't video call you. I feel like I've added so much weight. I don't feel confident. I'm doing a video call. I will have calls with friends, and maybe some of them will be very like blunt and just tell me, "Eh, no, menona." And so it kind of affected my self-esteem, and it made me feel like I'm not good enough. I wouldn't even take pictures or even dress nicely because I didn't feel like I would be acceptable out there. But with time, if you're able to realize the things that are affecting your self-esteem, you can be able to build yourself back up and be able to gain your self-esteem back.
Yeah. So thank you so much for sharing that. And would you tell us how you are able to overcome being in that toxic relationship, and how you are able to walk away from it and start building up your self-esteem again?
I feel like for me, just being able to move out of the country kind of contributed to leaving that relationship. And also, Irene was a very critical person in that relationship. She was always telling me, leave. But I never did before, but because she had seen what I was going through. So over time, I felt like I needed to value myself more than anyone else. And the most important thing is for me to love myself. I don't have to seek approval from someone else. So realizing that made me choose to leave that relationship and start to focus on myself and just build myself as a person and be able to be who I used to be before that. So just having that self-talk and telling myself that I'm good enough and I deserve the best made me be able to start building my self-esteem. And I will go online and maybe watch videos on how to grow your self-esteem, and also try to focus on my positive qualities, because I knew I had them, but I feel like I never focused on them before. But with time I started realizing that I can be able to be good in this and that, so I started focusing on my positive qualities to be able to grow back up and be who I was before. And for my body image, I feel like when I knew I had added weight, I felt like I need to go to the gym and lose weight. But I would join the gym, and after 2 weeks, I'm done, because the motivation is not there anymore. Because in my mind, I feel like I need to lose 10 kgs in 2 weeks, and it wasn't happening, and there's no way that's possible. So I decided to just focus on myself and appreciate myself with the body that I'm in at that time. So with time, just that the main thing that helped me be able to overcome all this was me appreciating myself and know that I'm good enough. I know I have my flaws, but accepting the positive things about my life and learning to love myself and value myself, and not seek approval from someone else, but just believing in myself and pushing myself each day. There are days when maybe I tend to feel low, which does happen. Everyone has their own days, but just remembering the places where I've come from and how I've been able to overcome through life gave me that strength to be able to continue and to continue building my self-esteem.
Oh, that's beautiful, beautiful. Yes, and as your friend, I'm very proud of you, of how far you've come and how you have been able to overcome all these challenges that life has been bringing your way. And now you've made it like to the other side, where you can now proudly say that you accept yourself the way you are, you love yourself, and you realize that there are still great things about yourself that you're proud of, and you're happy with yourself. And that's what building up your self-esteem is all about. Okay, so just to touch on some of the points that she has mentioned on how she was able to build up her self-esteem again, refusing to say negative things about yourself. So every time you catch yourself saying negative things about yourself, every time you catch yourself talking down to yourself, insulting yourself, I need you to start counteracting that by saying something positive about yourself. So every time you're tempted to call yourself silly, start saying how smart you are, how amazing you are, how incredible you are, how intelligent you are, how resourceful you are. I'm sure there's so many positive things about yourself that you can find if you just stop focusing on all these negative things that seem to be happening in your life. And then another important thing that you can do to build up your self-esteem, just as Flores had mentioned, is by not comparing yourself to others. You need to realize that in life, we are all on different journeys. My journey is not your journey. Her journey is not my journey, and nobody's journey is similar. We can help each other out along the journey of life, but ultimately each and every one of us is on a different path in life. So the moment you stop comparing your life with that of someone else, perhaps you see someone else has succeeded so much than you. Maybe you see someone whom you went to school with has bought several cars, they are very successful in their careers, and when you look at your life, you haven't done anything significant with yourself. You're going to start feeling bad about yourself. You're going to feel as if you're not making any progress in life. And perhaps your break is also near, it's also on its way to you. But the moment you start comparing yourself to someone else, you stop focusing on yourself, you stop focusing on your goals and start focusing on somebody else's goals. So this means that you might even end up not accomplishing your destiny. You might end up not fulfilling your purpose in life, because along the way, when you started comparing yourself to other people, you stopped going after your own goals in life. You stopped being authentic about your own self and about your life, and started comparing your life to others, trying to live your life to measure up to the standards of other people. And because the life of someone else will definitely never be your own life, you never achieve you never get to the level where the other person is. And so this is going to take a very big toll on your self-esteem, and you're going to start hating yourself. You're going to start the negative self-talk that we are talking about, because you're going to feel as if you can't even accomplish something the way someone else has done. Yes, and another way that you can build up your self-esteem is just like Florence had said, how she used to watch motivating videos online. You know, right now we live in an era where everything you can think of is available online. I also struggled with self-esteem at some point in my life, and the way that I was able to get through it, the way that I was able to build myself back up is by going online, especially on YouTube, and listening to some very motivating content from some great people. I'm going to put some of their names in the link below so that you can check them out in case you are feeling very down right now, in case you are at some point in your life where you feel as if nothing good is happening, as if you have no hope for tomorrow, you feel as if you're never going to accomplish your greatest goals in life, feel like you're just stuck where you are in life. Watching this motivating content online will really help to give you a very positive perspective on your situation. It will help you start focusing on the hope of the entire situation rather than focusing on the problem, on the pain. These videos are going to help you start focusing on the hopeful part of it, on the lesson. So rather than saying how hopeless you are, how this thing is never going to work out, these videos are going to help you start focusing on how what kind of lesson can you learn from the situation that you're going through. And once you have that shift in mindset, you're going to be very motivated about moving forward, because rather than complaining about what you don't have, you're going to learn from the lesson and move forward. You're going to have hope to move into a better tomorrow. Yes, so Florence.
I would say another point is speak positive affirmations to yourself. You can wake up in the morning and just spend a few minutes telling yourself positive things like I'm great. I know I'm going to achieve this, and it might look like it's something small, but the more you continue doing that, then at the end of the day, you won't realize how much it builds on your self-esteem. And another thing, personally, I will say I also incorporated was exercise. It doesn't have to be going to, you have to go to the gym. You can either go for a walk, you can go for a run, ride the bike, or just find something to keep your body active. And that energy does help you in your day-to-day activities, and it does affect you positively too, and it affects your physical health, your mental health. So find something to keep you active. Yeah, those are the points I could add.
Yeah, and also you can also read some self-help books, some self-development books. There's so many out there. And again, I'm going to list a couple of them down below so that you can have a look at them in case you're going through something difficult right now. These books are going to help you shift your mind from the victim mentality into the victor mentality. So rather than complaining and seeing how big your problems are, you're going to start seeing how simple the situation is, how you're going to start accepting, for example, the things that you cannot change, and start working on the path of your life or the situation that you do have control over. And my personal favorite is through having faith in God, because God is the one who created us. In case you're feeling as if you're in a situation or at a point in your life where there is no hope for tomorrow, I dare you to go back to God in prayer and just tell God how you're feeling and call Him into your situation and ask God to see you through what you're going through. Think of it this way. If you buy, for example, a TV or a fridge today and you somehow don't know how to use it, you're going to refer to the manual, you're going to read it so that you can see the instructions that the manufacturer has put for you to follow so that you can be able to operate your new device. The same way when it comes to life, when you feel stuck, when you feel like you don't know what to do with your life anymore, go back to the Bible. The Bible is like our manual in life. It shows us how we're supposed to navigate the challenges that life throws at us. So anytime you feel stuck, instead of giving up, instead of turning to bad habits, maybe alcohol, drugs, violence, anger, all these negative coping habits that we develop in order to deal with the negative situations in our life, Instead of turning to those bad habits, how about you just turn to God and start reading the Bible? You're going to find some encouragement in there. God will never let you down. People may let you down. Your family may let you down. Your friends may let you down, because even them, probably they have their own struggles. But one person that will never let you down is God. There's no way, there's no day you're ever going to go to God and beg Him, ask Him for something, and come out of that situation with nothing. You will always come out of that situation with hope in your heart, with new strength. You're going to renew your strength to be able to push through the difficult situations that you're facing in your life. Remember that. Remember what the Bible says, that you are more than a conqueror. Okay, you are a child of the Most High God, and if God be for you, who dare be against you? So, if the Almighty God is on your side, why are you so afraid? Why are you so hopeless? Why do you feel like giving up? Stop depending on yourself and start depending on God. As a human being, if you depend on yourself, if you rely only on your own strength, definitely you're going to get tired. You're going, at some point, you're going to just be overwhelmed by everything. If you rely on God, you'll never get tired, because God will never get tired of you. God will never stop covering you. God will never stop coming through for you. People may get tired, people may get exhausted in their daily lives, but God will always be there for you all through. Even right now, God is still there for you. You just need to turn back to Him. He never left your side. Maybe the distractions of life, maybe the challenges of your life made you turn away from God, made you turn towards other people, towards yourself, to rely on yourself or on other people, because you thought that was how you needed to survive in order to get through your problems in life. But I just want to remind you that you now need to turn back to God. All these other things are creating, and that's why you're so exhausted. So turn back to God so that you can renew your energy and renew your hope and become everything that God has destined you to be. Florence, do you have anything else as we wind up?
I feel like you've covered everything, and yeah, God was definitely a big part in my in me being able to gain back my self-esteem. So yeah, that was good.
Okay. So thank you guys for watching this very informative and educative segment about low self-esteem and how you can build up your self-esteem so that you can keep moving forward in your life, so that you can accomplish your goals and your purpose in life and be able to live a fulfilling life. So we'll see you once again here at Coaching with Wangari Migwi. Bye bye.
Bye.